Capital Studies, bruh.
Hello everyone, you're all welcome to Capital Studies, and today we'll be looking at the short method for dividing polynomials. So as you can see on the board there is a polynomial function x cubed plus 2x squared minus 5x plus 8 being divided by a monomial function x plus 1. So most of the times the traditional method we usually use, that is the long division method, whereby we draw a long division method, is very tedious. So now I'll bring you what we call the synthetic division method, which is a very much simpler method and then takes a really short time to get to your answer. So for the synthetic method, what you do is that you first write down the coefficients of the polynomial function. So for the coefficients, you write them down like 1, 2, minus 5 and positive 8. So after you write the coefficients down like this, then you draw something like an L, as you can see, like an L. And then what you do is that you equate the divisor to 0, and then you write the answer beside the L. So when you equate x plus 1 to 0, you would get x to be equal to minus 1. So you write minus 1 beside the L like that, and then you proceed. To proceed, what you do is that you first drop the 1. That is the first coefficient of s cubed. So you drop it down and then you multiply it by the negative 1. Then write it beneath the 2. So negative 1 times 1 will give you negative 1. Then after that you add it to the 2. So 2 minus 1 is what? 1. So after that you do the same thing to the 1. So minus 1 times 1, write it beneath the minus 5, and then you add. So minus 5 plus minus 1 will give you minus 6. Then you do the same thing. So negative 1 times the negative 6, write it beneath the 8 as what? 6. And then what you do is that you add it to the 8. So it's just a multiplication and addition method. So after you are done with it like this, then we now have to deduce our answer. So our answer, the first one there you see is the coefficient of x squared, and the next one is the coefficient of x, and the negative 6 there is the constant, and then that 14 you see over there is what is the remainder. So you realize that you get your quotient and your remainder using this much simpler method. So it means that our answer is x squared plus x minus 6, which is our quotient, then plus 14, which is our remainder, because 14 is the remainder, and then we know that our answer should be in the form quotient plus remainder over the divisor. So it means that our answer should be x squared plus x minus 6 plus 14 over x plus 1. So you realize that this is a much simpler method, and then it takes a really short time. You just have to be fast with your multiplication and addition. So let's take another example as 2x cubed minus 5x squared plus 8x minus 7 and divide it by x minus 2. So it means that we have to do the same thing because it applies for all. So we write down the coefficients as 2 minus 5, 8 and negative 7. Then we do our L sign, and then what then do we do? We equate the x minus 2 to 0 to get x is equal to 2, and then we write the 2 just right beside the L sign as that. So what then do? We know that we first drop the first coefficient, so we drop the 2 down like that. Then you multiply the 2 by the 2, you get 4, write it beneath the 5, and then the negative 5, sorry. So minus 5 plus 4 would give you minus 1 because addition. Then we continue again by minus 2 times -1 to give us -2. Then you add, so you get 6. Then also repeat the same thing. So 2 times 6 will give you 12. You write it beneath the -7. Then you add it. So -7 plus 12 is what? 5. And so it means that 2x squared minus x plus 6 is our quotient. So that's our quotient. And then our remainder is 5. So the remainder is 5. That's the last number you see there becomes our remainder, and it's always constant. And so it means that for dividing this polynomial, our final answer would be 2x squared minus x plus 6, then plus 5 over the divisor, which is x minus 2. So that is it's a very simple method, and then you just need to be fast with your addition and your multiplication. So let's take one final example to get this concept very much clear. So let's take 3x squared plus 5x minus 6 divided by x minus 1. So realize that this has its power, the maximum power, to be positive 2. So we write the coefficients down as 3, 5, minus 6. Then we draw our L. We equate the divisor to 0, and then we write 1 there. So we drop the 3 down as we always do. Then 1 times 3 would be 3. That would be beneath the 5. Then we add 5 plus 3 is 8. Then 1 times 8 is 8. Then -6 plus 8 is what? 2. And so for this one, it means that since the highest power was 2, it means that our answer will also, the quotient will also have its highest power to be 1, because whenever you divide a polynomial by a monomial function, the highest power decreases by 1. So this also applies for when the power is x to the power 4. Then after you divide, the highest power of the quotient will also be 3. So it means that our quotient is 3x plus 8, and then 2 becomes our remainder. Yes, the 2 becomes our remainder in this case. So we express this as our answer, which is the quotient plus remainder over the divisor. So giving the final answer to be 3x plus 8 plus 2 over the divisor x minus 1. So thank you all for watching. This is a very simple method, and subscribe to Capital Studies for more of these science and math trick tutorials, and keep watching. Like, comment. If you have any question that you want help with, just comment below and I can help you out. And also remember to share the link with your friends for more of these tutorials.
Capital studies, yeah, with the more.